When I discovered hyaluronic acid serum 5.5 years ago, I was convinced I had found a miracle serum that will instantly pump, hydrate, and rejuvenate my skin. I purchased the original 2% hyaluronic acid serum and started using it right away. All seemed to go well at first, until about 1 week later, I discovered my face felt even drier than before. That's right, my hyaluronic acid serum was dehydrating my skin instead of hydrating it. If this is something you also experienced, or if you're considering trying a hyaluronic acid serum for yourself, then today's video is definitely for you. Hello, this is Sara Deba. I love science, skincare, and science of skincare. And today I'll be talking about what hyaluronic acid is, why you need it, how to use it to avoid dryness like mine, and get the maximum glow. First thing first, what is a hyaluronic acid? Hyaluronic acid is a type of ingredient called a humectant. What is a humectant? Humectants are ingredients that grab onto water and hold it, because our skin needs water to function properly and be healthy. That's why our skin has multiple humectants inside it, which helps to keep the water system functioning. And one of those humectants is hyaluronic acid. Yep, it's found naturally in our skin. But as we get older, there's less hyaluronic acid in our skin. As a result, our skin gets less firm, plump, and dull. And this is where topical hyaluronic acid products or serums come into play. Hyaluronic acid grabs onto water and becomes big and puffy. It can hold on to a lot of water. So if more water comes close, hyaluronic acid grabs onto it and becomes even puffier. As a result, our skin starts to look full and plump. The fine lines on the skin gets filled up from inside and look less visible on the outside. Hyaluronic acid also has good evidence for wound healing. So it sounds like a really good ingredient, right? But then why did it make my skin dry? Why do some people seem to hate it? How to use hyaluronic acid correctly? There are a number of reasons why hyaluronic acid serum doesn't give the desired benefits and dries out your skin instead. Reason 1, you are applying it wrong. It's a myth that hyaluronic acid pulls water from your skin and makes it dry. But from my experience, it works better when we have extra water on our skin, because without water, hyaluronic acid can't work. And this is the mistake I made when I first applied hyaluronic acid serum. Even though hyaluronic acid serums have water, if your skin is super dry like mine, or if you live somewhere not humid, the water in the product may not be enough. So if you're putting hyaluronic acid serum on your dry skin like I was, then switch up your method and try this instead. Wash your face or spray some water on your skin. When your skin is slightly wet or damp, apply the hyaluronic acid serum. You don't need to apply a lot though. Remember, less is more. This method has been a total game changer for me. It definitely helped me to get a glowier skin. Glowier. Is that even a word? I don't know, but definitely give this method a try. Reason 2, you are not sealing the water. Both dry and oily skin loses water throughout the day. If you don't know how or why it happens, then definitely check my video on dehydrated skin. Hyaluronic acid can hold on to a lot of water, but eventually this water will still evaporate. And to prevent that, you need to put a seal on your skin. And this seal is a product with occlusive ingredients. If you don't seal it, then there's no point of using a hyaluronic acid serum. The best occlusive ingredient in the world is Vaseline. But if you don't like that, no worries, because any good moisturizer will do the job too. If you have oily skin, you might enjoy a gel-based moisturizer. If you have dry skin, go for premium moisturizers. If you're confused about skin types, check my video where I bust some myths. I also have a video on how to pick a moisturizer for your skin type. I recommend waiting a minute or so to let your hyaluronic acid serum get absorbed, and then apply your favorite moisturizer on top. Reason number 3, you need a different hyaluronic acid product. Natural hyaluronic acid that's found inside our skin has big molecules. So when we put products with regular hyaluronic acid on our skin, it fails to penetrate and do its job properly. That's why brands nowadays use hydrolyzed hyaluronic acid, which is a smaller molecule that absorbs better. So if your hyaluronic acid product isn't working for you, even after trying the hack I just shared, then try looking for a product with hydrolyzed hyaluronic acid. If you don't know any such products, keep watching because I'll be sharing some names shortly. Number 4, you're using too many hyaluronic acid products. Too much of a good thing can be bad, and since hyaluronic acid is so popular, brands are putting it in everything. Don't believe me? Take the products from your closet and look for these words: hyaluronic acid, hydrolyzed hyaluronic acid, or sodium hyaluronic. How many products didn't contain any of these names in the ingredient list? I bet it's not many. For some people, using too many products with hyaluronic acid can be irritating to the skin, making it feel tight or dry. If that's the case for you, then my tip is to cut down any dedicated hyaluronic acid product from your routine. You can still use hyaluronic acid through your moisturizer or sunscreen. Product recommendations. Now I'm going to share some of my favorite hyaluronic acid products. HADA LABO Gokujyun Premium Hyaluronic Acid Lotion. Can't talk about hyaluronic acid without mentioning this product. It contains 7 different forms of hyaluronic acid, including hydrolyzed hyaluronic acid, which I mentioned before. It's a Japanese serum and it's just so good. This premium version is mostly for dry skin. If you have oily skin, try their HADA LABO Gokujyun Hyaluronic Acid Lotion Moist version, which has a lighter consistency. Trust me, try it, it's amazing. Next recommendation is Hyalu B5 Pure Hyaluronic Acid Serum. This one is from Roche-Posay. I think it's a pretty good formula and worked really well for my skin. Number 3, the Inkey Hyaluronic Acid Serum. If you're on a budget, this is a good option. Well, I don't love it as much as my HADA LABO one, but it's affordable and it does its job. I think it's worth a try. My next recommendation is the Ordinary Hyaluronic Acid 2% plus B5. My first impression of this product wasn't good, but when I started using it on damp skin, my skin really showed some improvements in terms of hydration. Next, Innisfree Green Tea Hyaluronic Acid Serum. If you want to try something Korean, this is a great option. And it's also very good. So these were my tips on how to use hyaluronic acid serum for the maximum glow, as well as some product recommendations. If you have any more questions, leave them in the comments below. See you next time. Till then, take care for yourself and remember to love the skin you're in. This is Sarah Deba signing out today from Deba's Quest.